On this week's show, Midweek on the Mountain continues with Liberty hosting Middle Tennessee, and we'll go in the fire as LU looks to stay perfect on the season.
Plus a look inside the pack line defense, but on the pitch. We'll explain and also take a look at CUSA Hoops preseason polls. Flame Central starts now. Another week, another great Flame Central coming in hot. How did field hockey start running the pack line defense? Where do Liberty men's and women's hoops land on the preseason polls? All of those questions answered on this episode.
Yeah, we have a full show ahead, to say the least. I'm Matt Warner. She's Emily Austin. You know Rhett McGibbon's coming up a little bit later. A lot to cover, and we start with midweek on the mountain for Flames football. Yeah, Matt, if you're looking for some drama and a racing heart rate, you came to the right place on a Tuesday night. Look no further than Liberty hosting Middle Tennessee in a chaotic conference contest. Oh, alliteration.
Yeah, and Matt, the action started early. Like before the first play early. LU offense is on the field, but Kane Salter is frantically running back to the sidelines. He grabbed the wrong helmet, barely gets it off, but ends up in the hands of Middle Tennessee's Tyrell Raby. The Blue Raiders will go on to score. They're up 7-0, less than 90 seconds into the game. Later in the first quarter, Middle Tennessee up 14-7. The Flames march 97 yards down the field. It ends with a Quentin Cooley 9-yard rushing touchdown. Cooley finished the night with 24 carries, good for 134 yards. More on him in just a minute. The back-and-forth battle, it'll continue in the third, now tied at 28. There he is. There he goes. Zach Dobson tiptoes down the sideline for a 72-yard touchdown. But the bowling ball will strike again. Matt Warner. Cooley gets into the end zone for a career-high third of the night. Our Canadian friend, Rhett McGibbon, he calls that a hat trick. Fourth quarter, tied at 35. Flames ball after a Brylan Green forced fumble. And then Jacoby Thomas makes a huge mistake, called for unsportsmanlike conduct. That will give Liberty a first down and eventually leads to Salter connecting with his favorite downfield friend. You guessed it, C.J. Daniels. That gives Liberty the lead. The defense continues to save the day once again. Green, Brylan Green, he's money. Matt Warner, he makes the interception to end it. Final score 42-35. Coach Chadwell, what makes you proud?
Here's what I'm proud of, though. Defensively, we stunk for a long time, but they found a way there in the second half, especially the fourth quarter when we needed them to make plays. They got turnovers, got big plays, and lived up the way we should be playing defense. Proud of them.
We all just trusting each other. I think that's the biggest thing. If I had to give a word for our defense this year, I think it would be trust. We all know we're going to do our 111, and once we do our 111, it's hard to stop us.
Well, that was an adventure, and we're not ready to get off the roller coaster just yet. For this week's In the Fire, we go inside the game itself and relive one of the craziest contests the Flames have played this season.
From Lynchburg, Virginia, it is weekday in CUSA.
Let's go. Let's go. Talked about it all year, man. It don't matter who's here, whether it's 10 or 10,000. We're going to play the same way because we playing for each other. Play for the brother beside you. Let's go get this dub. Let's go. Flames on 2-1-2. Hey.
It is midweek on the mountain at Liberty University. The undefeated Flames welcome the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders to Williams Stadium.
What you say, baby? Put on a show tonight, man. Have some fun. Cut it loose, have some fun, man.
Can't worry about anything else but doing your job, doing it for the man beside you. There's going to be things that don't go our way. There's going to be all these different things. I challenge you about adapting and adjusting, but be locked in. Let them know we're here for all 60 minutes. That's Flames football. All 60 minutes. As long as it takes, we keep striking.
Light them up. Touchdown, Liberty. 5-yard touchdown run for Quentin Cooley.
Coach, you're a dog, brother. You're a dog, brother. You're a dog, brother.
Snap back to him on 1st and 15. Shuffles the feet between the hashes. Now points downfield and wants to run. Far side numbers. Breaks a tackle there. Down the far sideline to the 40, 35, and out of bounds. Hayden Salter.
That's another Liberty.
bringing in jumbo package here is big old Rick Weaver, 5'11", 330. Goes in motion. Snap to Salter. Hands off up the middle. And an end. Touchdown. Liberty light him up. Billy Lucas.
Let the big doggy. Get him right, baby. Get him right.
That is the end of the first half. We are even at 21 in Lynchburg.
Listen. We've been a second half team all year. I expect the same thing. All right, we got to come out more energy. We got to come out more juice. Yes, sir. All right, listen. We've been here before. Just play our game. Yeah. Let's don't turn the video on and say, man, I wish it. Just play our game. If they beat us, okay. But we've not played our game. Play our game. 30 more minutes of everything you have for each other.
Henshaw wide open. End zone to our left. Stumbles to the pylon. He is in. Light him up. Touchdown, Liberty.
3rd and 9. 4-down territory for sure. Big moment for Vadiato.
Liberty shows pressure. Vadiato steps up, pressured, and dropped. Kendi Charles finishes it off, and Liberty gets the stop with a touchdown lead.
Play them and look back, they're going to get the ball. Everybody got me, let's go pick it off, all right? Everybody go play it. Hey, get ready. Hey, let's go do it. And then, hey, you guys celebrate together. Y'all have fun out together.
Here comes the play of the game right now, 109. Liberty leads 42-35, 109 left. Snap back to Vadiato, 4th down throw, middle, tipped in, intercepted! At the 34-yard line, Brylan Green! And Brylan Green is going to seal it for the Flames with 1:04 left.
Wow, just laying out. Once again, bingo's the call, right? When that ball goes up and Brylan lays out and makes a huge pick.
Liberty gets a test from Middle Tennessee. 35 all headed to the 4th. Liberty remains among the 11 undefeated at the FBS level, going to 7-0.
Great work, as usual, by our Donald Scott. We now turn our attention to a former Flame who saw some action at the next level, which happened to be across the pond in London this past week. Titans starting quarterback Ryan Tannehill was taken out in the 3rd with an apparent ankle injury, so Malik Willis heard his name called to step in against the Ravens. Willis went 4 of 5 throwing for 74 yards. He also picked up 17 yards on the ground. The Titans have a bye this week, so we'll keep you posted on Malik's chances to start under center for the Titans moving forward.
Yeah, best of luck to Malik. All right, we make the move now from the gridiron to the pitch. Liberty Field Hockey coming down the home stretch of the regular season, and they're doing so in dominant fashion. The Lady Flames ranked 7th in the nation heading into their matchup with JMU. They would honor 10 seniors prior to this contest, and then 2 of those seniors would lead the way offensively. Millie Arteta put LU on the board first, her 7th goal of the season. After JMU would tie it up at 1-1, it was senior Jody Connolly untie it off the penalty corner. Say it again, Jody Connolly. LU goes up 2-1. JMU, they were a feisty bunch, though. They were not going away in this one. They would tie it up once again, but she's so nice we had to say it twice.
No way.
Jody Connolly off another penalty corner, and that was the difference. Liberty takes it 3-2. They move to an incredible 14-1 on the season.
Hey, Matt, you want to hear a quick stat that's arguably more impressive than that record? The Flames are outscoring their opponents 43-12 this season. One of the main reasons why is a new defensive system that head coach Nikki Parsley-Blocker implemented at the beginning of the season. It's called the Packline Defense, and she didn't have to go far to learn more about it.
Field hockey is one of the most successful programs on Liberty University's campus. They're just 2 years removed from a run to the national championship game.
Liberty wins it!
But after the 2022 season, head coach Nikki Parsley-Blocker decided that despite all the success, something needed to change.
It really came out of the Sweet 16 game against Maryland. I think they had somewhere around 40 circle entries to our 8. There's still an athleticism gap between them and us. So my brain immediately went to work like, okay, is there a different way that we can defend that's going to make us 1 or 2% better next year? So hopefully when we see, somebody like that again, it's a different story.
To find this different way of defending, she would look outside of her own sport into the game of basketball.
Obviously, being around Liberty for a while now, you know, you hear Coach McKay talk about the pack line. And then I started Googling it. I remember just sitting on my computer like, okay, what is this pack line? You know, really trying to get into the details of it. And that was one of the first things that, you know, some random Google article said of, yeah, it really kind of helps you defend those really crafty, fast, speedy attackers that are going to be pretty difficult to defend in a 1v1 situation.
It was then that Coach Nikki would place a call to friend and Liberty basketball assistant coach, Joe Pierre.
She watches a lot of our games, and she wanted to, you know, see how we play defense. And she just called me and was like, hey, can you explain how you guys do it?
I called Joe and was like, I literally need you to sit me down and teach me the pack line as if I was an incoming freshman in your program. So we just kind of started there and rolled with it.
On the defensive end, you have to know what you're willing to give up and what you're willing to give, because you can't defend everything in basketball. It's the same for field hockey. You have to know what kind of shots you're willing to give up and what kind that you aren't. If other team is trying to get the ball in the circle, because that's the only place that you can shoot from, how do we limit the ball getting inside the circle? That's kind of where we started. So trying to keep the ball out of the scoring zone, or in field hockey, out of the POMO, the position of maximum opportunity. Can you keep it out of that space to where they can't get a free shot?
No one else in the country, field hockey-wise, in the NCAA is going to be doing this. I really don't think.
And I know it feels really uncomfortable because we all pretty much play like a very responsible man, right?
Tactically, I think it challenged us, but that, to me, that's the fun part. It was really fun to come up with all that stuff, and we're still trying to figure it out.
This morning is a test for pack line.
At the minimum, people are at least going to have to find new ways of solving the Liberty field hockey problem.
And it's all because of two coaching staffs from different sports that were willing to work together.
The fact that we can call up our men's basketball staff, you know, and say, hey, will you take 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours out of your day or multiple days to teach me something, and the fact that they have the willingness and the selflessness to do it, I mean, I think that just speaks volumes for itself.
I think that's Liberty. You know, Liberty is a place that's built different, on a mission that is training champions for Christ. We're always rooting for field hockey and football and women's tennis and everybody.
There's love, there's admiration, there's care, whether it's an Olympic sport, whether it's a revenue-generating sport, and I think it's amazing.
We have to take a quick timeout, but when we come back, we're going all in on Liberty Hoops.
And Rhett McGibbon joins the show to name his top athletes of the week. It's Warm, Hot, and Fuego when Flames Central returns.
A college degree is more than a diploma. It's taking control of your future and finding that next step. At Liberty University, we not only care about your career, we also care about your calling. And we want to help you learn, develop, and grow so you can make an impact as a champion for Christ. Over 600 online programs, one you, infinite possibilities.
Does education mean a room with 4 walls, a desk, and a PowerPoint lecture?
Or is it something bigger?
What if it's the people beside you, one chair away or one ocean away?
What if it's the chance to learn from your mistakes, as well as your victories?
And the push to keep going either way.
What if it's the freedom to reach for bigger things without missing the little ones in between?
For each of us, education looks a bit different.
Because we're each a bit different.
But at Liberty, we think education might just mean something big enough for all of us. That's Liberty to us.
What will Liberty be to you?
Hey, welcome back to the show. Did you know that we are a little more than 2 weeks away from the start of the college basketball season? That's right, it's almost here. And for Liberty Hoops, that means some big changes. The Flames will take the court this season without all-time leading scorer Darius McGee. He graduated after 5 highlight-filled seasons in Lynchburg. That means the scoring load will have to be shared this season amongst those returning and the new faces that have been added. The other big storyline is that the Flames will be playing their first season in Conference USA. It's a step up from what LU experienced in the ASUN the past 5 seasons, but playing deep into March is still the goal and still the expectation.
Kyle and Shiloh are the only 2 players in our program that have experienced the NCAA tournament, only 2 left. So I think there is a pursuit of ours to try and make it back there. Conference USA will certainly, whomever prevails from a league like this, knowing a little bit about the coaches that I do, you'll be really well prepared in March if you can make it through in this league.
Here's a look at the Conference USA preseason coaches poll, and how about this show of respect, huh? Liberty picked as the co-favorite along with Middle Tennessee. They were followed by Western Kentucky and Louisiana Tech, those 4 teams being the only ones to receive first-place votes. The season begins for Liberty on November 6th.
Seems like new faces, but same expectations. And before the season tips off, we're introducing you to some of those Liberty newcomers in a segment we call the Players Lounge. Whether it was a good or bad idea, we gave a couple mics to J.C. Schreier Jr. and Gabriel McKay to help you get to know more about the new guys. This week, meet Xander Yates.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Players Lounge. Today, we are here with Xander Yates. Xander, what's going on?
Nothing much. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Good.
Xander, do you want to tell a little bit about your past, where you're from, what school you went to, and then why you chose Liberty?
I went to high school in Memphis, a school called Houston High School. And then after high school, I went to Creighton in Omaha, Nebraska. Then after that, I transferred here to Liberty.
So why did you end up choosing Liberty?
Honestly, even though my brother lives here, it has nothing to do with it. I just chose it because of the culture and the coaching staff, and because of you. I met you on the visit.
That's a great answer. That's a great answer.
So you showed him around his visit.
I was there for his visit.
How can you describe that? No, and like honestly, you don't. If it was bad, you can say that. I just want you to describe how that was.
G?
Yeah, when you met G.
Greatest day of his life.
First impressions. That's
it was the greatest day of his life. I'll answer it for him.
No. I didn't ask you. I asked our guest. Thank you.
When I first met G.
That's a tough question.
It is a tough question.
No,
how do you remember?
He came
I remember
out.
when I first met you. I thought you were a terrible person.
All right, stop.
But then
Stop.
I met you and you're like
Stop,
a brother
you're
to me
acting
now.
different. Go ahead.
He kind of gave me Drake vibes when I met you.
Oh, really?
Whoa. Okay.
You guys heard it, right?
Okay.
Take a shot for me. Xander, tell me a little bit about your game and your play style.
G, can I get a chance to ask Xander a question?
You can go next.
Okay. How would you describe your play style and your gameplay?
Oh, that's good.
I would say I'm really good at spacing the floor. I can shoot the ball fairly well.
I agree.
And yeah, but I also can guard bigger people because I'm a bigger person.
Could you dunk on me?
Yeah, probably.
Easily, no doubt. You have what they call a pizza box jump height.
What does that mean?
Yeah, like you can jump on top of a pizza box, and that's about it.
Response?
Next question.
Yeah, good answer.
Last thing, closing remarks to the fans out there who are waiting to see you play. What do you say to them?
I'm super excited to play in front of them. and give them a successful season, you know?
Love to hear it.
Love to hear it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Xander Yates, thanks for joining us.
Ladies and gentlemen, Xander Yates, thanks for joining us in the Player Lounge.
Oh, you never know what you're going to get in the Players Lounge. All right, to the ladies' side, Liberty is also entering its first year in Conference USA. The Lady Flames have had a serious home court advantage since playing in Liberty Arena. They hold a 42-3 record at home in the last 3 seasons, and they'll take a 14-game home winning streak into the upcoming season. While they did lose a few key pieces from last year, they do have 7 returners, one being junior wing Emma Hess, who was just named to the preseason all-conference team. Staying on that topic, here's a look at the preseason polls on the women's side. The CUSA head coaches have Middle Tennessee taking that top spot, and then some high expectations to follow for Liberty. The Lady Flames are projected to share second with Western Kentucky. Head coach Carrie Green, what do you think of all this preseason love?
It's an exciting honor of a lot of uncertainty, okay, for everyone. It's not just directed towards us, but I think that's some respect that some coaches have given us. And you have to earn the respect, and we have a long season in front of us, and non-conference, once again, will prepare us as we go into it.
Our whole team is excited just to get into a new conference, have some new competition. Playing some new people, it'll be different, but I think that we're ready for the challenge, the next step, and I'm looking forward to it.
Man, can't wait for basketball, men and women. It's going to be a fun year.
Sure.
Hey, Rhett McGibbon's here. You know what that means. Warm, hot, and fuego. Top player moment in the past week for Liberty Athletics. Rhett, we have a theme this week?
Yeah, I kind of did some nicknames this week. I don't know why. They just started stirring in my head. Emily actually earlier kind of named a few. She didn't even know.
Did she steal yours?
She kind of did.
Okay.
We were getting on there.
I'll talk to her about
Yeah,
that.
thanks.
Let's start with Warm, Rhett. Who's Warm?
Brylan, show me the money green.
I like that.
This kid, oh my goodness. So much fun to watch here as of late in this last game. Forced fumble, interception. He is tied for first in the nation individually with 5 picks. You go back, Jacob Hagan's the last guy that was really like a ball hawk for LU. He had 8 in his senior season. You
plenty of time to get there for Brylan.
Green's probably going to beat that out. It won't be a Liberty record, but it'll be a modern day standard set high. Such a high IQ on this kid. Like, you watch him, he's going places that he's watching that quarterback's eye, and he knows, like, oh, he's throwing here, and so much fun to watch. When you're on the back end, it's a bend, don't break mentality for this Liberty defense, and he is just the key cog in that wheel.
Saved the Flames a couple of times this season with big turnovers. All right, from Warm we go to Hot.
All right, she's from South Africa. I wish she was from South Jersey, because the way you can say her name, Jody Double Down Connolly. It just sounds so great. Oh, it'd be fantastic. 2 goals on
Work
senior
on your
day.
South African accent.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we're not going there. But this young lady, 3-time Defensive Player of the Week in the Big East this season, leading LU in points from the back end. She has just been an offensive dynamo. I think you typically think offense from defense, you look at Dykema, but Connolly this season has just been everything the Flames have wanted. 2 goals on senior day. She seems to be on the penalty corners, the shooter here as of late, or the redirector, one of the two. She's just been really dangerous. And it's always fun to watch an athlete over the course of their years within a program. Maybe their freshman year, like, okay, we see the offensive potential in her, and then when they get to that senior season, they really blossom, and it all comes out, and that's what happened. That's what has happened for her this year.
No doubt, and Liberty moving up to number 6 now in the most recent polls. All right, finally, Rhett, in Fuego. Who's in Fuego this week?
In Fuego, it's Quentin all day Cooley. Oh, man, this guy. You just,
what a beast.
It really. There's so many nicknames that come through my head, like Mighty Mouse, Bowling Ball. He's been terrific. 134 yards, 3 touchdowns, a 5.6 average. He's just putting the team on his back in the first half offensively. You can't stop the guy. You can't keep a good man down. Thought he was hurt a couple weeks ago. Not the case. Back up and at it. Love Quentin Cooley.
He has been a force. Absolutely. Right. Great job as always. Still to come, field hockey head coach Nikki Parsley-Blocker shares her favorite memory as a Flame. And who's leading in our Flames Fantasy League? Stick around to find out.
Welcome back to Flame Central. We've taken you on quite the journey this show, from the gridiron to the pitch to the court. Well, we're going back to the pitch for a special coaches edition of our My Moment segment.
Yeah, we asked head field hockey coach Nikki Parsley-Blocker about her favorite moment as a Flame, and it came against the 3-time national champions, snapping a 41-game home win streak.
My name is Nikki Parsley-Blocker. I'm the head field hockey coach, and my favorite moment was when we beat UNC.
Previously, North Carolina 41-0. First loss here today, and it's thanks to the Liberty Flames 4-0 to win.
So it was back in the 2021 season, the year that we went to the national championship, and it was our first major win of the year, and we were able to knock off their 41-game win streak at home.
Bolton gets it done yet again for her 13th of the season. They're trying to extend their winning streak to 7 and hoping to give UNC its first ever loss at this stadium.
I remember, honestly, in the first half, we went up 1-0, and they were just peppering us with shots. I think the shots were 11-3 to them going into halftime. So statistically, they were kind of dominating, but we still found a way to get one on the board. And I'd say it was definitely one of the most intense games that I've ever been a part of.
Saw the save by Ida Goshen.
Shortly thereafter, I remember Danny Rhodes scores our very classic Liberty field hockey corner to the back right corner of the cage.
Sets it down, shot it away, score it. Daniela Rhodes.
It was just one of those, you're like, okay, we're actually doing this.
Liberty right now puffing their chest with a 2-0 lead. Unheard of here at Karen Shelton Stadium.
I also remember that was a game that Jill Bolton broke the all-time goal record at Liberty.
And it's Bolton who scores again. And she'll remember that one. It gives her the school record, 56 of her career. A new record at Liberty with that score by Jill Bolton.
When I reflect back, that game was critical because if you can go in and you're the first team to ever beat UNC on their home field and you break a 41-game win streak, they also were the 3-time defending national champions at the time. I think that it gave the girls the confidence that if we could beat UNC on their home field, then we could beat anybody.
The Flames coming to North Carolina, Chapel Hill, where the previous 41 opponents have not been able to do is knock off this team on this stadium, this field, Karen Shelton Stadium. And it's thanks to the Liberty Flames 4-0 to win.
Well, the Flames must like playing in Chapel Hill because a couple weeks ago they beat #1 UNC on that same field again. So they really like playing down there and have had a lot of success. All right, hey, we're about out of time for this week's show.
Whoa, we would never let you go without updating you on our Flames Fantasy League. Matt, tell the people, they want to know if I'm still dominating with my lead over you and Joe Young.
Yeah, let's take a look. I guess we have to.
I love it so much.
You had a big week again. Let's just put it that way. This might be the biggest week you've had all season long. 66
They
points.
say that every week.
Quentin Cooley, 3 touchdowns really helped you. Joe is just, it is awful.
Joe's
I'm
not
kind of
even
hanging
playing.
around, but it looks like this one's going to be pretty one-sided. All right, for any stories you might have missed, as always, libertyflamecentral.com.
And don't forget, download and subscribe to Flame Central podcast. For Matt, I'm Emily. We'll see you right back here next week.